Om Om Sri Matre Namaha Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Harihi Om. We are starting the Shivananda Lahari, Shankaracharya Virachita Shivananda Lahari. Today we are entering to 28th Sloka. You can chant in mute. Sarupyam tava pujane Shiva Mahadeviti Sankirtane Samipyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane Salokyam Chacharacharatmakatanu Dhyane Bhavani Pate Sayudyam Mama Siddhamatra Bhavati Swamin Krutardhosmyaham. In Shivananda Lahari, this is the 28th and 29th shlokas are very, very extremely important. You can say important, very important. This one talks about Bhagavan Shankaracharya says 4 types of muktis. Liberation. Mukti means liberation. There are 4 types. That is what we are going to see. Shivananda Lahari has 100 shlokas written by Adi Shankaracharya. He is a great devotee, great jnani, great tattvam tirisinavar. Experienced means knowledgeable, Brahmavit. Sakshatu Shivavataram. He wrote for Mother Saundarya Lahari, that is also 100 shlokas. For Lord Shiva, 100 shlokas. That is Shivananda Lahari. So now let us see what those 4 muktis are. One is Sarupyam. Other one is Samipyam. Salokya Mukti. Other one is Sayujyam. Now, first one is Sarupyam. According to Sloka, not that this is the first or last. Sarupyam. Sarupyam tava pujane. How do we get this mukti? Rupa means mind becomes that form. Mind takes up that form. Let us say, for example, if I say Karunaji, then automatically my mind takes that form. Isn't it true? If I say Lord Shiva, automatically my mind takes up that form. Yat bhavam tad bhavati. That is what mind is. If I am angry, mind is angry. If I am really happy, mind is happy. Mind is happy, I am happy. Like that. Yat bhavam tad bhavati. That is what? Sarupyam. Sarupyam means taking up that rupam. How do we get that Shiva's form? That is through puja. Puja means worship. So worship means they have 2 types. 2 types of, actually, puja has one is twofold. Bahya puja, antah puja. Puja has bahya puja, means outside worship. You put a idol, or you put a murti, or you put a picture, like behind you see Shiva's picture, like that you put it and do the puja. And antah puja means manasika puja. In bahya puja also there are 2 types. One is pancha puja. Other one is shodasa puja. Pancha puja means we all have 5 elements. Earth, water, fire, air and space. Like 5 elements, 5 in all 5 elements are in us. That is for body purification. Puja means 3 things have to be purified. Body, walk and mind. Even punya or papa we do with these 3. That is why Trikarana Shuddhi. That is word they use in our scriptures. The Trikarana means 3 instruments. They are body, speech and mind. Three have to be purified. This is purification process. That is why even Ramana Maharshi says in this Upadesha Sara, Kaya Vangmana Karyamuttamam Pujanam Japa Chintanam Kramat. Pujanam Japa Chintanam. That is what the order, through body, speech and mind. So that is what Sarupyam we are discussing. Pancha Puja. If we do not have time, at least we need to do this to purify our body, all made out of 5 elements. I am going to say the Bijaksharam also. Lam Prudhvi Tatvatmikayai Gandham Samarpayami. Ham Akasha Tatvatmikayai Pushpam Samarpayami. Yam Vayutatvatmikayai Dhupam Samarpayami. Ram Tejastatvatmikayai Deepam Samarpayami. Vam Amrutatatvatmikayai Naivedyam Samarpayami. Amritam, all these Akasham, Vayu, Agni, Jalam, Prithvi, all are covered. Means Gandham, Pushpam, Dhupam, Deepam, Naivedyam. This is the minimum puja we need to do to attain this Sarupya Mukti. Mukti means liberation. So this is what the Sloka talks about. And another most important point Shankaracharya is talking about here is Siddham atra bhavati. Mama siddham atra bhavati. Means here, right here. Whatever this Mukti is talking about, it's only right here. Ihaiva. Right now. Right here. Not that when after I die, or after I take up another birth, or after I retirement, there's no after question here. Shankaracharya will not accept it. So that is the beautiful point here. So that is why to here, this is the minimum to attain that Sarupyam. This is the minimum we need to do. Then Bahya Puja, another second fold is Shodasha Puja. 16 steps. Jhayam, all pervading God. Devata or Devi, Bhagavan or Bhagavati, your Ishta Devata. All pervading, you are meditating on that. First Jhanam, then invoking into that idol or murti or that picture. Avahanam, then Asanam, Padyam, Arghyam, Achamanam, Madhuparkam, Snanam. Here giving the bath, Panchamrita Snanam, Shuddhodaka Snanam. While doing this, Devi Puja is done, Lakshmi Puja is done, we chant with Sri Suktam. When Shiva Bhagavan's Puja is, Snanam is done, Abhishekam it is called, we do Rudra Namakam, Rudra Abhishekam it is called. Vishnu Bhagavan, a priest chant, or we can chant Purusha Suktam. If we do not know anything, we can just say Snanam Samarpayami, that is also enough. That is how our compassionate gurus and teachers and our munis, rishis are. So like that, and Vastram and Yajnopavitam, Abharanam and Dhupam, Deepam, Naivedyam, Akshata, all that we do. That is called Shodasha Puja. And Chatushashti Upacharajya, that is very elaborate, that is done in temples. 64 Upacharas. Bunjal Seva, so many Sevas are done like that. So now we have seen Bahya Puja, two types, twofold. Pancha Puja, Shodasha Puja. And then now Manasika Puja, that is called Antaha Puja. Even, see, this one Manasika Puja is for the purified mind. Means there are two types of people. One is Prakruta Purushaha. Or Stri. Purushaha means here not the gender. This is talking about Jiva, individual self. It can be Stri or Purusha. So this, that is why Prakruta Purushaha means whoever is dwelling in the world. They are interested in worldly things. For them, it is not easy to concentrate. I will tell you why when we enter into this. Only Samskruta Purusha means purified intellect or purified mind people can do this. Manasika Puja. Shankaracharya has written this Manasika Puja Stotram. रत्नैकल्पितमासनं हिमजलैः स्नानं च दिव्याम्बरम् नानारत्नविभूषितं मृगमदा मोदाङ्कितं चन्दनम् जाती चम्पकबिल्वपत्ररचितं पुष्पं च धूपं तथा दीपं देवदयानिधे पशुपते हृत्कल्पितं गृह्यताम्. Here mentally we can think about anything. Offer the best. Offer the studded, diamond studded asanam, seat for Bhagavan. See, here is the catch. Let us say if I say diamond, then what happens if I'm offering? Then what happens? Mind goes. If the mind is not purified, what happens? Mind goes to the, oh, diamond necklace. I have seen in that party when lady is wearing. And then I saw in the store. I did not buy that time. Now the jewelry went up so much. Gold went up so much. I'm really regretting. Without knowing, thoughts go towards worldly. Oh, that saree, the red saree I'm offering, Kanchivaram saree to mother, then all the thoughts are gone. For purified mind people, the mind stays there. Manasika Puja, we can do it anytime, anywhere. While traveling, nobody knows what we are doing. While closing eyes or while open eyes, does not matter. Offer the best. Everything we can visualize and imagine and really meditate on that. That is why all of the water I am bringing from Himajalahi, Himavat par Ganga, like that we have to visualize doing the snanam. So that is what Manasika Puja. That is why it is not really not for everybody and anybody. That is the caution. This is for Sarupya Mukti. And then another Shiva, now we are doing the Shivananda Lahari. We need to take one more point. Shiva means Rudrabhishekam. People are very much familiar. In that Rudrabhishekam, before they start, the process is done. That process is called Raudri Karanam. Making whole body as Shiva before we do the Abhishekam. Feeling that I am Shiva, doing the Shiva Abhishekam, like that. That is called Nyasam. Nyasam means Vunchuta, means to keep that energy, to keep that divinity in body parts and body, Angam and Upangam. Angam means our limbs and body parts, hand and fingers, everywhere. That is called Nyasam. And there also Lagunyasam and then Mahanyasam. Two processes are there. And then I'm just going to give you glimpses how it is done, what they chant. Prajanane Brahma Tishtatu, Padayor Vishnustishtatu, Hastayor Harastishtatu, Jihva Bahvor Indrastishtatu, Jatare Agnistishtatu, Hrudaye Shivastishtatu, Kanthe Vasavastishtatu, Vaktre Saraswati Tishtatu, Nasikayor Vayustishtatu, Nayanayos Chandradityau Tishtetam, Karnayor Ashvinau Tishtetam, Lalate Rudrastishtantu, Parshvayo Shiva Shankarau Tishtetam. Like that, they do Nyasam, keeping the divinity, making our body, divinize the body, divinity in us, making the energy, energified, purification, energizing the body. So this is what thinking about all the gods. Shiva Shankara are on the Parshvaha. On the then Sarvesh Vangeshu Sarva Devata Yathasthanam Tishtantu Mam Rakshantu. So they all take, all the gods, please come and take your seat. Whatever I chanted, All the body parts and limbs, please come and sit here. Nyasam, you stay here. And then please protect me, so that way I can continue this puja. I can continue this worship without body aches or headaches, even chanting, even tongue twisters are there. We see it in chanting class. The tongue will help us. So even energy flows. So like that, it is called nyasam. Lagunyasam, mahanyasam. That is how it is done. So this is what we saw elaborately. It is called sarupya mukti. How do we attain this sarupya mukti? And before we go any further, I want to give you some pointers which helps seekers like us. All are mentioned in our scriptures. Nothing is mine. Only if I say any mistakes, they are mine. Any mistakes, even vacha or vacha only you can hear, even bodily also, whatever. See, Vedas prescribed two methods of upasana. One is Saguna Rupa Upasana, Nirguna Rupa Upasana. Saguna Rupa Upasana means which the Devata has the attributes, form, and all that, like stotras, stuti, ashtotara, like that. And all the Devatas has it. Let us say, for example, I will tell you, let us say we are chanting Lalita Sahasranamam. From 3rd shloka to 21 shloka, it is described, whole form is described. Mother's form is described, Lalita Devi, Lalita Parabhattarika, through names, through shlokas. That is called Sagara. As soon as we chant, once we know the meaning, whole mother's form will appear in front of our eyes. Means mind took that form. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Bhavani bhavana gamya. Here also Bhavani pate. That is the Sambodhana. That is why Saguna Rupa Upasana is the Sarupya Mukti, and then Samipya Mukti, Salokya Mukti. Three of them come under this category. Sayujya Mukti comes under Nirguna Upasana. That is attributeless, formless, attributeless, nameless, all pervading consciousness. That is what it is called. That is what Sayujya Mukti means. That is what our Advaita philosophy means, non-dual philosophy talks about. Shankaracharya is the one who did the Punaruddharana of this Advaita philosophy. All this Advaita philosophy, Shankara Mat in Sringeri, they follow. Ramakrishna mission and Chinmaya mission is also very extensively follow this Advaita philosophy. Kailasa Ashramam in Himalayas, like that. And Ramana Maharshi's favorite, who am I inquiry, that is what talks about. All of them leads to this Sayujya Mukti. That is why Sarupya Mukti. This is why this is very, very elaborate subject. But let us see what Bhagavan wants us to take up. Let us take up that much. Let us see. And now I'm just giving you the glimpses and picture. And then for this one, we need a Nishchalatvam, Ekagram, and concentration. And then that is what our scriptures talks about too. Pradhamam Saguna Masritaha, Tato Nirguna Masrayet. First is always Sagunam, then only Nirgunam. Then mind is prepared. Even all the Upanishads says the teaching is done in the same way. Let us say you are all listening to Kathopanishad through Subramanian Garu, my husband. Kathopanishad order, same order. What first that Gautama did the Gautama, the father did the Vishwajit Yagam, and then Nachiketa, the boy also did the Anushtanam, and then did everything, and then goes for self-knowledge. That is Nirguna Brahma, knowledge of the self. The word is used, Brahman, in Vedanta terms, or consciousness or Chaitanyam. So that is what Vedanta talks about it. And one word I want to mention is here, very, very interesting. Vedanta, when you hear that word, so most people might think, okay, Vedas are like this. And at the end, let us say, for example, 1,000 pages of Vedas. Of course, Vedas are not written, they are apaurishayam. That is why they are called Shruti. They are heard from one Rishis to another Rishi, and we got it through them. So now we have books for everything anyway, that is different matter. But originally I'm talking about, that is how through hearing only. So anyway, let us say, for example, I'm talking about, let us say 1,000 pages book. Anta means, okay, 810, 800 to 1,000 pages. Okay, Vedanta talks about Vedanta. Why Vedanta? I don't want to talk about, I don't want to listen. Let us skip that portion. Let us take up this 800 pages only. They are not like that. So that is what Vedanta means. Don't think like that. Antaha means highest teaching. They are in Vedas. They could be in the beginning or in the middle or at the end. It could be anywhere. That is what Upanishads talks about, Vedanta. That's why Vedanto Nama Upanishad Pramana. Like that, people say Vedanta means like Upanishads talks about it. I'm just giving you the glimpses. And we saw that order. Now what? Saguna to Nirguna. Kathopanishad you saw. And you have heard Mundakopanishad. Mundakopanishad also same thing. First Karma Kanda, so much is Upasana Kanda, then Brahma Vidya. Everything, and going to the teacher, all that is explained. And then here Shunaka goes to Angirasa in Mundakopanishad. Shunaka's son Shaunaka goes to Angirasa Maharshi, like that. And then Prashnopanishad, Pippalada Maharshi, those you still have to be heard. They are not, you haven't heard them yet. Through Subramanya Garu, Pippalada Maharshi, 6 students goes there and ask the question. They have done lot of upasana, lot of anushtanam. This is what sarupyam, lot of puja. Then they want to go for that Brahma Vidya. Chandogya Upanishad, Buddhalaka and Shvetaketu, same thing. Lot of upasana, lot of this puja, lot of anushtanam has done. Taittiriya Upanishad, Varuna Maharshi's son Bhrigu Maharshi has done the same thing. That is why Saguna Rupam to Nirguna Rupam. This is the process mentioned in our scriptures. And then people have questioned, why not we can be Ramana Maharshi right now? Yes, if our sadhana is done in that way, yes, we can be. No doubt about it. Even Bhagavan promises in 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Nahi kalyana kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. Whenever you're in the spiritual field, whatever you have done, there is nothing gets wasted. Wherever you left, you start from that point. That is why we see the children starting the spirituality in early age. Some people in middle age, some people even old age, they don't come. They leave the body. We see that in this world. Some are interested, some are not interested. Why? Because they have done this upasana or anushtanam or all this puja. This is what so much information is there. I'm just giving you the glimpses. Lot of things they have done to purify the mind. So I think this much is enough for Sarupya Mukti, all that. And now second one, that is why Sarupyam Tava Pujane. So that is what we did. And then now Samipya Mukti we will see. Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane Samipyam. Samipyam means coming near to God, near to Lord Bhagavan. Here we are taking about Bhagavan Shiva. And now Samipyam Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane. Through Kirtana, through Sankirtana, through Namam, we can attain this. That is why even Prahlada says in Bhagavatam, Navavidha Bhakti, very, very famous shloka. Many of you might be knowing it also. Shravanam, Kirtanam, that is what Kirtanam. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyamatma Vinivedanam. That Kirtanam in a ninefold devotion. One is Kirtanam. That is why Tyagaraja Kirtana, Annamaya Kirtana, Ramadasu Kirtana, Purandaradasu Kirtana. What they did all the stuti for the Lord. They depend on their Ishtadevata. Mukha Kavi did about mother, Kanchi Kamakshi. Like that, each has their own. There are so many. Lakka Mahadevi is there, and Kashmir, Shaivism, she belonged to Kashmiras. Lalla Mahadevi, like that, so many are there. Mirabai, Krishna Bhakta, Kirtana. Even now we all chant them like that. So, like that, Kirtanam. Shiva, oh Shiva, hey Mahadeva, that is what we have to do. See, this is what Samipyam means. Let us say, here I have to give you an example. Let us say we want to call your son. Your son name may be Shiva, let us say. He is in India, Bharat. We don't call, hey Shiva. He cannot even hear, we will not even call. When do we call? When that person is near to us. Samipyam means Bhagavan is near and dear to me. Samipya Mukti. Bhagavan is very close to me. That is why I am calling. Hey Shiva, hey Mahadeva, hey Bhavani Pate. Like that. Hey Gopalaka, hey Krupa Jalanide, hey Kamsantaka, hey Pundari Kaksha, hey Ramanuja. Like that. Mukundamala. They are calling for Mukunda. Hey, like that. Hey, when we are close, we call. That is what Shivanama Sankirtanam. Even this is all called Shabda Prakampana. Every word has a frequency. For example, if I say you do not chant too well, you are making too many mistakes, then what happens? That Prakampana, Shabda Prakampana creates a negativity in our mind. Or, wow, you did such a good job. You do a very good. Then what is it? Positive affirmation. Then the frequency, that vibration is created. Everything is Shabda Prakampana. All these God's names will create positive vibration and we connect that frequency. That is what Samipya Mukti. That is what even Narada Bhakti Sutra, they are all sutras. 80 sutra says, Sankirtyamanaha Shigrameva Avirbhavati Anubhavayati cha Bhaktan. Narada says in Narada Bhakti Sutra. See, whenever you do this Sankirtana, what happens? This calling, this Prarthana, Bhagavan appears in front of them. How? Kshipraprasadini Shigrameva, instantaneously, no delay, no gap, Avirbhavati. Then Anubhavayati, that person experiences that love, that devotion. This is called experience. So this is the greatness of this Kirtana. Samipyam Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtana. That is the point we are taking up. That is why in Kali Yuga, right now, this is the best way. Kalau Keshava Kirtanat. So this is what our Bhagavatam says. Kali, what is the best way to attain Lord is the Kirtanam. All we have to do is chanting. Chant the name of the Lord. Chant the name of the Lord's stotras. That is why chanting class is very, very important to attend and do the practice. all the words will resound in our through ears, through our mind. That's what even Bhagavatam says, through Karnarandrena, through our heart. That is the process. We are seeing the process, how to attain this Samipya Mukti. And then our favorite and very familiar subject, let us see Sankirtanam. Yudhishthira Buvacha, Kimekam Daivatam Loke, Kim Vapyekam Parayanam, Stuvantah Kam Kamarchamtah Prapnu Yurmanava Shubham. Yudhishthira means Dharmaraja as Bhishma Pitamaha. In Vishnu Sahasranama, lot of questions are asked. This is one of the question. Which God we should worship? And Ekaha, one, please tell. We always want one only. One solution. That is why God is also one. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. One truth, one consciousness, one. But people say it in different ways. Ekameva Advitiyam. One. So that is what, which God we should worship. Stuvantaha. Stuti means praising the Lord. That is what Kirtana means. Oh Lord, you are like this, you are like that, you are so powerful, you are almighty, and you are also giver of everything. You are embodiment of compassion. Daya karo, like that we chant. Kripa karo, like that. Hey, bolo, bolo, sabbil bolo, namah shivaya. Like that we chant. So many bhajans are also there. Stuvantaha, Stuvanti, Kirtayati, Kirtana, Samipyam, Shiva Mahadeveti, Sankirtana. We are taking that point, Sankirtana. Then Bhishma Pitamaha says, Jagat Prabhum Deva Devam Anantam Purushottamam Stuvan Nama Sahasrena Purusha Satatotitaha. And he is the Lord of the Lord, Jagat Prabhu, Lord of the universe, Lord of the Lords. That Lord, that is nothing but Anantam Purushottamam. That is, do the Stuti, do the Vishnu Sahasranamam. One God, Shiva Sahasranamam, Lakshmi Sahasranamam, and like that, do the Stuti. So that very important. That will take us to the Samipya Mukti. Then we go close to the Lord. So this is the second one. Chetularanga Shivani Pujimpadeni Noru Nobanga Harikirti Nudavadeni Dayayu Satyambulonu Gadalapadeni Kalavaneti Tallula Kadupu Chetu. Even Potana Bhagavatam, very famous children, where I'm sure many of you must have learned when you are young. Nowadays, people may not know. Now I can tell you this one for sure. Many of you might be knowing. Very familiar shloka. Potana Bhagavatam. Chetularanga Shivani Pujim, do it with wholeheartedly. Even the Kulashekar Alvar says in Mukundamala, Hey Martyaha, he's calling all of us Martyaha because we are all going to born and die. That is what we are thinking, but that is not who we are. We are going to see at the end, Saijam, what we are. We are that bliss, that consciousness, Satchitananda Swarupam. But until that, we have to use these words until we know. He Martyaha Paramahitam Shrunatavo Vakshyami Sankhepataha. I will tell you in brief what to do. Samsararnavamapadurmi Bahulam Samyak Pravishya Stitaha. We entered into this ocean of samsara, this bondage, that birth and death cycle. Two meanings for samsara. Nana jnanam apasyasi chetasi. And we are acquiring so much knowledge. Give up all that knowledge. Leave it all that knowledge, worldly knowledge. So much we acquire. And then how iPhone, iPad, all that, or YouTube, how many followers, whatever, this movie, that movie, politicians. Oh, I don't have to tell you, you know what I'm talking about. All that, leave it. Then what to do? Okay, you said leave it. I left. Then what to do? Namo Narayanayeti Sapranavam pranama sahitam. Say Namo Narayanaya with pranamam. Om Namo Narayanaya. Pranama sahitam, doing the namaskaram. That's all you need to do. That's all. Nothing else. Chant the name of the Lord. Om Namo Narayanaya and do namaskaram. That's all. Very simple. So that is what this then we go Samipya Mukti, go near to Bhagavan or Bhagavati. Ekam Sat, remember, one existence, one consciousness, one God. Now we did two muktis. Sarupyam tava pujane Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane Samipyam. Sarupyam, Samipyam, we have done elaborately. Now, Salokyam, going to that lokam, what we need to do. Lokam means Vishnu Bhagavan has Vaikuntha Lokam, and then Krishna Bhagavan has Golokam, Mother Lalita Parabhattarika has Manidvipam, and then Surya Bhagavan has Saura Lokam, and Subramanya Bhaktas are there, Skandalokam. Like that, worlds. Lokam means that sthiti. Salokyam means, lokam means sthiti. That is what it is. What do we need to do? Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane. Very, very staunch devotees. Shiva Bhakti. Immersed in Shiva Bhakti. Shiva Bhakti or Vishnu Bhakti, Ekam Sat, underlying principle. But here Shivananda Lahari, that is why Shiva Bhakti. Those Sangatya Sambhashane develop the company of devotees of Lord Shiva. And then what they do is they always talk about Lord Shiva. What he has done, how his Murti is, how Kailasa Lokam is. All that's what they talk about. Nothing worldly things. That is why Satsangam. Previously, we saw see how we are going puja, the importance of puja, the importance of chanting classes. Do not underestimate. Guruji always focuses, stays on that very much. However, how much knowledge you are that Brahman, same way, all this, even Swami Chinmayananda, Gurudev also, chanting, Vishnu Sahasranama puja, Vishnu Sahasranama chanting, so much, always encourages. So like that, very, very important. Now, Satsangam, importance of Satsangam. Puja, Sankirtana and Satsangam. For all this is come under Saguna Rupa Upasana. All of them. So now Salokyam. Even Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna Paramatma says in 10th chapter, 9th shloka, Machittaha Matgata Pranaha Bodhayantah Parasparam Kadhayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. They offer their mind to me, their life to me, means Bhagavan. And they constantly talk about it and they discuss all these matters, spiritual matters, and then they think about it, and then one to one they always teach one another. And then how the worldly people will talk, stock market, movies and politics, same way they always talk about this only. Kadha yantascha, kadha means talking. Mam nityam, always. This is always, not only one moment and gone, constantly, always. And they tushyanti ramanti, they feel contented, and then they revel in that. Ramanti means revel. They enjoy, they feel the bliss, ananda paravashyata. They love this conversation, satsang, they love that. Talk about all this, all the godly subject, spiritual matters. Tat chintanam, tat kathanam, anyonyam tat prabodhanam, etadeka paratvam cha brahmabhyasam vidurbudhaha. This is called Brahmabhyasam. That is what they know, all the learned people know, this is called Brahmabhyasam. We need to do this. That is what they are all giving the prescription and then process very elaborately. This shloka, that is why very, very important. It gives the methods and what to attain, what we need to do. All of them are mentioned here. And what do we gain doing this? And then now let us go to this. When they enjoy this conversation, we will go to Valmiki Ramayana Sundarakanda. In Sundarakanda, when Hanumanji sees the Sita Mata, then Sita Mata, first thing she says is, describe Lord Rama Bhagavan, describe him. Pupluve, jumping, as usual, Hanuman, we are seeing Pupluve jumping everywhere, happily jumping. And Hanumanji explains about Rama Bhagavan's form beautifully, his characteristics, everything. Both of them are Tushyanti cha Ramanti cha. Sri Raghavam Dasharathatmajam Aprameyam Sitapatim Raghukulanvayaratnadipam Ajanubahum Aravindadalayataaksham Ramam Nishachara Vinashakaram Namami. Like that, Hanumanji explains about Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan. He is Ajanu Bahu, Aravinda Dalayataksham, Padma Patra Netras, so huge eyes, and then destruction of all negativities. That is what his avatara purpose. He is the God himself, Lord himself. That is what Ramachandra Bhagavan is, O Sita Mata. And both of them are really reveling in that stories, reveled and enjoyed thoroughly. So that is why Salokyam Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane. Now we are going to go to the most really Vedanta talks about it. Upanishads talks about, they always talk about order visa, but the ultimate point is Sayujyam, means merger. That is what Advaita philosophy, non-dual philosophy talks about. This is called Nirguna Upasana, attributeless God, all pervading. Use the word, Vedanta uses the word Brahman, consciousness, Chaitanya. This is what, who am I inquiring? Do that. I am that, Nisarga Datt Maharaj says. So that is what our true nature. Who am I? I am this. Satchit Ananda Swarupam. That existence, consciousness, bliss. Right now, I'm thinking I'm individual, Jiva. That Jiva Brahma Aikyam, merger, that unity, that oneness, that is called Sayujyam. How does that happen? Characharatmakatanu dhyane bhavani pate sayujyam. All that moving and non-moving, chara acharam, everything is nothing but, oh Lord, your body, your tanu, you are everywhere. Hey bhavani pate, you are that consciousness. Everything is you alone. That you, that consciousness is I am. That is what my nature. That is, we have to merger has to happen. Advaitam, non-dual philosophy, Sayujyam. Then God is everything, that is fine. But then we have to include my nature, Ananda Swarupa. We should not, everything is happening in me. That consciousness I am. This is not later, right now. Advaita promises logically. It can happen right now, right here, everywhere, anytime. That is what Siddhamatra Bhavati, He Swamin. Then I will become Krutartham. My life is fulfilled. Fulfillment takes place. This is called awakening. That life purpose is served. All this is how that Samipyam, Sarupyam, Salokyam, now Sayujyam. All this will take us to lead us to the Sayujyam, that merger. That is why everything is consciousness alone. That now Drupdrushya Viveka, that explains beautiful, seer seen. Asti bhati priyam rupam nama chetyam shapanchakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagadrupam tatodvayam. Asti bhati priyam. Three are there for consciousness. Asti, always there, existence. Sat, bhati means prakasham. Chit, like prakasham, bhati, shines itself. Illuminator, illumines everything. Bhati, priyam means anandam, that bliss. Sat, chit, anandam. They belong to consciousness. And then namam, rupam belongs to jagat. That is why we see manyness. Everything has a name and form. Everything, this we see the form. Glass, give the name, namam, glasses. Nam and name and form, namam and rupam. They belong to jagat. Asti bhati. And good news here is, there is nothing to be done. Isn't it good news? In bhakti, we are doing so much. Bhakti, we have to lack of practice. We develop the love, we need to do practice. Then think about it. Think about Bhagavan, then the love comes. See, some people, it might be natural because of this Purva Karma, Upasana. But it is not natural to many people. So that is why practice. Here, nothing to be done. All is very, very interesting. Advaita principle, Advaita philosophy is very, very applicable to us, very, very interesting. Knowing to being, not doing. There is no japa or mantra need to be done. All we need to do is know ourselves. I am that Brahman, that's all. For that, 3 sadhanas are prescribed. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Listening through Guru, the scriptures. And Manana means reflecting on them. Nididhyasana means abidance in that. Gaining the knowledge. Right now, Ajnanam, that has to convert to Jnanam. Ajnanam means right now I think I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, and I am the feelings, I am the emotions. That is all ignorance. Knowledge is I am Satchit Ananda, now empowering ourselves. I am existence consciousnessless. I am not born, I am not dying. Not only I, all of you, each individual, all of you, this is subject matter. What is the subject matter is subject. Talking about subject, about us. Nobody talks about us. So that is why that Advaita philosophy reveals our true nature. Who am I? Inquiry. I am that Satchit Ananda. I am that consciousness. I am that Brahman. Guru says Tattvamasi, that thou art. Then repetition, that thou art. What is that? All that learns from the teacher, Guru, and then realizes his true nature, declares, Aham Brahmasmi, I am that Brahman. I Unnanu. Before and after, like that. Before, my identification is body, mind. Now my identification is with awareness, my being. That consciousness is the only thing. That's all it is. Advaita talks, ekam sat, nothing else. Then you have a question. Why I see manyness? I see many objects, many people, many things. All that is because of power of Maya, power of ignorance. You see all that. Everything is an appearance on that consciousness, on that Brahman. That consciousness is you. So that is what realization, that is what called transformation, that is what called Sayujyam, knowing my true nature. So that is why with all our experiences, we can see this. All this is analyzed in beautifully in our scriptures. Beautiful subject, really. But I'm not going to take up so much time because we are, these are all separate topics. But I will give you the glimpses. Ashtavakra Gita, Janaka Maharaja, dialogue between Janaka Maharaja and Ashtavakra Maharshi. Janaka Maharaja says, Aho Vikalpitam Vishwam, Ajnanan Mai Bhasate, Rupyam Shaktau Panirajau, Vari Surya Karo Yatha. In my ignorance, I thought whole thing is this manifold I've seen out of ignorance. But now with this Ajnanan, I felt like that. But now, aho, what a wonder. But now I am equipped with the knowledge. Later on at the end, he declares, but out of ignorance only, I am seeing that all this manyness. And 3 examples are given. Famous examples in Vedanta. Shuktika Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. This is kind of very technical, but I know you are all attending Upanishad classes and I know you are all seekers. You can take it now. Especially end of the class also, you can take it. That's why I'm going in. Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. Actually, rope is alone there. Rope alone is there. But we see as a snake when at dark, in the dark. Instead of rope, we see a snake. Snake on the rope. Consciousness alone is there. If we are seeing the world, that consciousness I am. And then silver on the shell, Shuktika Rajatam. And then water in the mirage. Then that is called Mruga Trishnasu Salilam, Vari Surya Karau. Like seeing the mirage, water in the mirage. Like that, everything is why? Because of Ajnanam, because of the ignorance, because of power of the Maya. Bhranti, mistaken. All of us are mistaken. Our true nature, Satchit Anandam. Happiness, embodiment of happiness, we are. That's what Advaita philosophy says. But out of ignorance, we think we are the sufferer, we are the dukhi, all of them. That is what Brahmajnana Nandavani talks about, right? We have learned that Shankaracharya has written, Asangoham, 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 Punah Punaha, Sachidananda Rupoham, Ahamevaham Abhyayaha, Nitya Shuddha Vimuktuham, ever pure, ever free, Nirakaroham Abhyayaha, Bhumananda Swarupoham, Ahamevaham Abhyayaha, Shuddha Chaitanya Rupoham, Atma Ramoham Evacha, Akhandananda Rupoham, Ahamevaham Abhyayaha. All of this is what? That is what our nature. Indestructible person who I am. Everything. I am that consciousness. That is what? Oneness, seeing the oneness. Everything is happening in me alone. I am that consciousness. And then before we do this, and then I'm going to bring about, see all our experiences, we can see this. See, let us say that's what Vidyaranya Swami says. in Panchadashi, about 8-9 shlokas in Panchadashi, let us see only one shloka. In all our experiences, we can really see the consciousness. We know ourselves. All thing we need is knowledge. That I am that Brahman. That's all it is. Now, what happens is, let us see. Vidyaranya Swami says, Shabda Sparshadayo Vedyaha Vaichitriat Jagaretakru Tato Vibhakta Sambit Aika Rupan Na Vidyate. Whatever every day we have so many experiences. We have love, hatred, and then sorrow, blissful, and then loss and victory, like that, so many. All the experiences are changing. We hear so many things, we see so many things, and then we touch so many things, we taste so many things, but all the experiences are changing. But one, that Sambit is Eka, that consciousness, life principle in us is one, never changing. That is what Sambit Eka, that with Sambit Eka Swayam Prabha, that is Swayam Prabha, self-illuminous, illuminator of everything, illumines everything, all our experiences. We go through so many stages, Balya, Yavana, Kaumara, Jara, old age. Body changes. In that consciousness is same. These are all day to day, easily connectable. And every day we go through waking, even Vedanta class, we can be sleeping. That is different matter. But waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, states are different. Jagrata avastha, swapna avastha, sushupta avastha, all of them are changing. But consciousness is one. Everything is happening in me. That consciousness I am. Like that, every day we can analyze this very easily. Very, very beautiful beauty of this Advaita philosophy. Everywhere we can really see this. Every states, every phase of our life, our mind is changing. Our knowledge is changing. Our body is changing. But that Sambit is one. That common factor, that is one in everybody, in everything. And then now we have seen, I think we have done enough of this Sayujyam also, that Madhya, that Sayujyam means seeing oneness. See, I am that consciousness. I am that Satchidananda. Who am I? Inquiring. Do that. Ramana Maharshi always, whenever how many questions you ask, says, go to the root. That's the answer he gives. Simple, straightforward. This is the direct method. That this is direct. So now muktis are 4 types. Sarupyam, Samipyam, Salokyam, Sayujyam. Then Samipyam, Sarupyam, Sarupyam Tava Pujane, Shiva Mahadeveti Sankirtane, Samipyam, Shiva Bhakti Dhurya Janata Sangatya Sambhashane, Salokyam cha Characharatmakatanu Jhane Bhavani Pate, Sayujyam Mama Siddhamatra Bhavati Swamin Krutardhosmyaham. What is that? All this is happens right now, right here, right now. Not that somewhere, after some time, after, no. That's what our Advaita philosophy says, and then Shankaracharya ji is saying. Then our life gets fulfilled. Then what happens? I'm going to conclude with a chanting of 2 shlokas. One is from Shankaracharya ji has written that Jyoti, consciousness. And then our Guruji always says in our course, after this course, you all should be singing this song. That song is from Taittiriya Upanishad. With that, I'm going to conclude this. And Shankaracharya, one shloki, Atma Jnanam, one shlokam. Very, very beautiful. Kim jyotistava bhanumana hanime ratrau pradipadikam syadevam ravideepa darshana vidhau Kim Jyotirakyahi me Chakshustasya Nimilanadi Samaye Kim Dhirdhiyo Darshane Kim Tatrahamato Bhavan Paramakam Jyotistadasmi Prabho. That Jyoti I am, that Swayam Prabha I am, that consciousness I am. The meaning is what, just glimpses I am giving you. Question and answers. That Kim means what? That's how it goes. In what light you see objects in daytime? Answer is sunlight. And then in which, how do you see all this? With my eyes. And then how the eyes functions? Through my intellect. Because of that intellect, and then eyes are mind. Mind, eyes sees, mind has to be there to connect this, connecting force. Otherwise, even if we say, we cannot recollect, we don't know. So that is why eyes, intellect, going inward. For intellect, consciousness, that Jyoti I am, that illuminator, illumines everything. That's what I am. Kim Jyoti Asmi, I am that light. Oh Prabho, telling the questioner, that guru or whatever, the answer is this: I am that. I am that consciousness. Then this song, Taittiriya Upanishad, beautiful. That's what song is like. Yetat samagayan naste ha-u, 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 ahamannam, 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 ahamannado, ahamannado, ahamannadaha, ahagga shloka krut, ahagga shloka krut, ahagga shloka krut, ahamasmi pradhamajarutasya purvam devebhyo amrutasya nabhagi yo ma dadati sa ideva mavaha ahamanna madantamatmi aham vishvam bhuvanamabhya bhavam Suvarna Jyotihi Yayevam Veda Ityupanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Suvarna Jyoti, I am that Jyoti, I am that Swayam Prabha, I am that Param Jyoti, I am that Jyoti. So that is what we are all of us. This is called Sayujyam. All the Samipyam, Sarupyam, Salokyam will take us to Sayujyam. So with this, by Bhagavan's Lord Shiva and by Shankaracharya's grace, may all of us realize right now, right here, in this life itself, know our true nature, who am I, that Satchidananda Swarupam, and may all of us sing this song and then know our true nature. With their blessings alone, it will happen. Only Guru, with Guru's blessings alone. So may Mother and Lord Shiva and Parvati may bless and do this, have this liberation. Om Sri Matre Namaha, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om.